Hello, everyone. Welcome to Divine Honey Podcast. I'm your host, your friend, Tamika Johnson. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. This show is about human experiences. This includes thought provoking conversations, and most importantly, our Divine Honey guest, sharing stories about love, life, journey, and purpose. If you're watching on the live or on the replay and you feel inspired, show some love in the chat. Questions and engagement are welcome. Hello, welcome. Tonight, first let me start off saying this. This is the last episode of the year. I hope everyone had a wonderful Christmas and have an amazing new year. So tonight I wanted to do something, have a little family affair. You guys know that I live in Arizona and I come to Iowa, spend periods of time with my family in Iowa during the summer and Christmas. And now I'm here for the Christmas. I'm going to be home soon. It's been a long 3 weeks, but a wonderful 3 weeks. So I wanted to bring my family on. You guys know Tim. I've had him on before, and I have a little announcement about him. He is going to be co-hosting with me, so you're going to see him regularly. And we wanted to bring our mom, Ludie Johnson, on because I've spoken about her a little bit in other podcast episodes, and just wanted her to come on and kind of just share about her life and how she grew up and our family. Welcome, Mom.
Hi, daughter
and
and
say,
son.
say hi to the audience.
Oh, hi, everyone.
And welcome, Tim.
What's popping?
Okay, well, let's get it started. Well, Mom, I'm glad you decided to come on. And I know we have interesting talks all the time about, life. What, you're like 70, 75 now?
70.
I gotta mess with you.
I know
I
you
gotta
do.
mess with you. Um, so let's start from the top. Where'd you grow up at?
I grew up in Gary, Indiana. Mom and dad, and I had a brother and a sister, Janet and Ronnie.
Yeah, and you're
I'm
the
in the
middle
middle,
child, and you're the last one.
and I'm the last one living.
Nice. Well, not nice, but you're still here, and they're with you in spirit, for sure. So, how was it growing up in Gary, Indiana? Because it's a little bit of it's rough there.
Yeah, but
How was your upbringing?
I liked it. I mean, you know, I'm not book smart, but I'm street smart. I know
Mm.
the difference from right and wrong. I know what not to do or when to do it. You know, there's little sneaky way things to do that you can get away with it. But
And you did it.
no, I didn't do that till I got older. Uh, but I was a good kid, you know. While the kids was out there playing, I had my little red wagon, and I get picked up bottles. I walk maybe 15 block one way and 15 back, and I get some money and I share it with my family, you know.
Mhm.
But I have I love Gary, Indiana. But it was
Oh,
when I got older, it was time to leave, you
what
know.
is your best memory about Gary, Indiana? Like the city, the community in itself.
Oh, well, we had cookouts. They had like where we lived out in Glen Park. They had like a court where we could swing, play ball, and everything out there. So that's where most of us we still, when we got out of school and did what we had to do, we go out there and sit around and talk. We went to the same school. Uh, Lived in Glen Park. I lived on Kentucky, and some of my other friends they live on Tennessee. You know, uh, we went to an all white school. We integrated an all white school in 73 in yeah, in 73 because that's the year I graduated. But
Mhm.
it was rough, but we managed, because mom and dad never talked to us about uh uh, races and stuff. Because most of the
Mhm.
stores in Gariana where we live was run by white people, you know. So it's like we all got along down there, you know. And
When
some
did you
20 years later,
experience? Oh, when did you experience racism?
when I went to New Orleans High School, yeah, that was
Okay.
uh that was in '69. Yeah, because we lived in on Washington, and Dad had retired everything, and they built these homes out there. So my dad's name was on the list. So we moved out to Glen Park in a brand new home. No one never lived in it before. And and then we transferred from a black school to a white school. And it was hard the first 3 or 4 years, but it
Oh.
got better. I said in '73 it got better because it was 551 of us that graduated at
Mm.
that school. We were the first one that graduated in the new gym they built. Uh, our color was black and gold. The girls wore gold, and the boys wore black. Uh, I remember we was late for our graduation because it had rained that day, but they was marching in when we was coming inside the school, but we made it in time to graduate on time because it's about 10 or 15 of us that was running late that because of the weather.
I love it.
Uh,
Tell me a little about your mom and dad.
my dad, hey, my dad remind you of Bill Crosby, the cigar. My dad was very smart, intelligent man, and he was the president of the community out there, the house authority out there. The people had a lot of love and respect for my dad. My mom, she cooks. She made sure we had 3 meals a day and snack while we was at work, while we was at school. I mean, they cleaned house. She did laundry and all that. Um, she just took care of us. But she was mean a little bit, but sometimes we was hard headed, you
You
know.
know, I don't know if some people know my podcast is called Divine Honey Podcast, and it's named after your mother, our grandmother. Her nickname was,
Honey,
yeah,
you and she had a restaurant named after her too. Yeah, she cooked.
really
Yeah, she cooked for a little while until she got really sick, and then she couldn't do it anymore.
nice.
Mm.
So after you graduated, you ended up making a big leap.
Yeah, I when I graduated, I worked for a little bit, and uh, that place was really racist. So I quit, and then I ended up moving to Clinton, Iowa. My cousin Charlotte was sick, and they needed somebody to be with Aunt Lucille, so they volunteered me. I wanted to go because there was nothing in Gary for me because I had looked for jobs and everything, couldn't find any because after graduation, everybody that go to college was down in the steel mill putting application in, you know. So I signed up to go to the service. Uh,
Hmm.
I couldn't hear out of my left ear, and I couldn't hear. So in other words, I failed the physical. So
Hmm.
I went on up to Clinton, and I stayed there for a long time until I moved to Cedar Rapids.
So let's get into the Clinton because that was like a big part. Like I like seeing all the, the old pictures. You guys are young, you're out partying, and just what was the excitement? And then being around other, like, there was a lot of black families
Yeah,
in
they
Clinton.
didn't bother me.
But did you enjoy, like,
Yeah,
leaving home from your mom?
yeah. Once I got to
And
know somebody,
mhm,
got to know people, and got my own place, and did what I wanted to do because I was living with my auntie and my uncle at that time. Uh,
which aunt and uncle? We have like
Lucille,
6 of them. So, okay,
Lucille and John Dykes.
okay.
They live in Clinton. Then Charlotte was Lucille's daughter, and she's my cousin. So I went up there to be with her until they found out what was wrong with her. And when we found out what was wrong with her, I stayed.
Yeah.
My auntie Teen told me, "Why come back there? Just stay there and see can you find a job." In 2 or 3 days, I found a job. You
Nice.
know, uh,
Yeah, so what she got diagnosed with, you guys, she got diagnosed, Charlotte, who mom went up, to be with, she got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And I believe she wasn't nothing but 24 years old.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so,
Charlotte used to live in Gary, Indiana, with us. She stayed at Billy while she went to school, and then she moved back to Clinton, and that's when I think she graduated from high school, and I think maybe 2 or 3 years later, that's when they found out what she had.
yeah. And the interesting part now with, you can have get, multiple sclerosis, but you know, they have more medications and things. So she
Yeah,
basically went through her whole life pretty much unmedicated because she can afford the meds.
right. Because I remember they had some shots they want to give her, right?
Mhm.
$600 a month. I mean, I couldn't. I mean, I was able to give 100, but it's just the point they
Yeah.
had to come up with the rest, and they couldn't do it.
So what was so you and her end up having a close relationship because you
Of
kind
the
of shared
children,
your kids with her.
uh, you born first, because Charlotte always wanted a girl, and she already had a son, Derek, and everything was good. We have our difficult and stuff, but we worked it out. You know,
Yeah.
and by that time, I had started doing drugs.
So as we're getting into you start transitioning in drugs. Now this is the 80s, so you didn't know how did like when how did it start? What led you to even try it?
Well, I started smoking marijuana. Uh, every night when I get off work, we meet over to someone's house, and we just have, sit around and smoke pot and drink and smoke pot. Well, later on, I moved up to a little harder stuff like crack.
Mhm.
And when they tell you, you take that first hit, if you can get hooked on that first hit, but if you're strong enough, I know some few people chose the alcohol over crack, but a drug is a drug. It doesn't matter. It'll hurt you either way.
Substance.
Yeah, but me, I chose crack.
Was it the first time you did it? Did you know that you were addicted, that you would probably get addicted or not right
No,
away?
I thought it never happened again. I was invited over to people's house to do it, and it just took off. But it stopped for a while but it always seemed to pick up.
Mhm.
You know, you always got somebody gonna knock on that door, no matter what time it is in the middle of the night. Hey, I got something. Let's get high. And you're not gonna say no, because you gotta get up in a few hours, get ready for work anyway. So you might as well just sit till it's time to go to work.
Do you think like later it was a way to mask anything like that was hurting you?
See, I don't know.
Mhm.
Uh, I had a good life growing up. My mom and dad, I couldn't ask for any better parents than them.
Mhm.
You know, I didn't I didn't care for my grandmother.
Mhm.
And I can't say I did it because her. I did it because I wanted to, because I liked the way it made me feel.
Mhm.
You know, but it also can destroy you too. It brought me
When did
down.
when did you realize it was bringing you down?
Oh, when I wasn't taking care of my kids, I wasn't doing the right things by them because I'd rather go get high, and. But there was time when I saw what I was doing and I tried to stop. I've been to quite a few treatment centers. I can write a book on how to recover, because that's where I'm at right now. My life right now is right now. I'm not on the crack. You know,
Mhm.
every day I have to fight it. I pray about it. You know, I think I pray about it more than I do anything else in the world. Just hey, thank you for letting me be clean today.
Mhm.
I don't worry about tomorrow because it's not promised to us. I just live in the day. Like today, I know I'm clean, you know, and I know
Mhm.
I'm trying to, like the New Year's coming, I'm trying to be a better person because I already let go all the people that I was associating with. I don't associate with them no more, you know. I see
Mhm.
what it's doing to them, and it just makes me, uh-uh, I don't want to go there. I want to be a better person. I mean, so far God have blessed me in so many ways, you know, and all I can do is say thank you for it, you know. I know I got a long road ahead of me, but you know what? I'm going to do it because I want to do it, you
Yeah.
know.
When you say, and you will, and I believe in you.
Thank you, daughter.
Yeah. When you say wanting, to be a better person, like what does that mean to you?
Um uh the drugs mostly. I drink
Mhm.
and I smoke pot. But I don't want to do nothing. Today was I smoked my last cigarette today, but I got me a vape. I'm trying to quit smoking, and you can't quit everything at one time. You got to go slow, and that's what I'm doing. I got two grandkids, and I don't want them to know nothing like that. That part of my life. I want them to know, well, hey, yeah, she had a problem, but she worked it out. You know, I do reach out to other people and I talk to them about it and everything, especially my friends at work. We just work together, but we don't hang out and party or nothing. And because they got a problem too. So, like, if she's uh, getting ready, if she want to get high, I said, call me because we helping each other. This it takes people to help people. Not no one person can do it by themselves. And I know I try to do it by myself. and it didn't work. I had to
Mhm.
get some help, you know.
With those group of friends, how'd you know that you guys could all be like kind of like accountability or support people? How did that conversation start?
Oh, we talk. She'll call and say, I really want to get high tonight. I got $40. Uh, I said, tell you what, you keep that $40 in your pocket. You'll wake up with it in the morning. And if it get that bad, you just come on over to the house and we'll sit. I don't care. We have to stay up all night and talk. You know,
No, I'm saying like, how do you guys both know like where you be like I like to get high and she likes to get high? Like, how did y'all figure out that you guys both like to get high to even get to the point to be in support for each other?
because we talk at work about it,
Oh, there you go.
and I can see it. You know, 'cause- but I said we talk mostly at work, and like I said, sometimes she'll call because she's a good
Mhm.
person. You know, uh, crack will bring down your self esteem, and anything you think you got going good for yourself, that crack will tear you down and make you feel less than what you are. And you say, hey, why should I why should I stop if this is how it's gonna be? I couldn't do that. You
Mhm.
know, I see myself go down so many times, but you know what? I never gave up. I kept fighting it and fighting it because I don't want to live like them that's still out there
Mhm.
doing that. Because I have a beautiful apartment. I got a
Mhm.
good job. Uh, I do have some friends, but the friends I got now, they work with me. And we'll drink a beer, oh, I had a beer last night. And one lady say, okay, let's close the store up and let's go to the bar, be clowning around. But
Mhm.
I associate more with the McDonald people than I do the outside people.
Right. So, mom, so how do you feel like now like you have a good family life?
Oh, I I think it's getting better, you know. It's getting better. You know what? And I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me because you know what? I like me. I'm a good person. I just have an illness that sometimes take a hold of me, you know. But see, now I'm fighting back because I don't want them. I don't want that to have no hold on me. I want to
Mhm.
be able when I go out something, I see something, I want to be able to buy it. Oh, I'll get it next week. And you know good and well you're not going. If you don't get it that day, you're not going to get it because that crack going to take it away from you because it don't want you to have nothing. You know,
Um, how do you think it has so crack is taken away from things, but what has it taken away from you personally?
my son and you know, but I think you guys are seeing a different in me. You know, Timmy and I know I did more damage to him than I did to you. And every day I regret it, but I'm trying to improve to be a good mom and a grandma, you know, because I love both of you. And I'm sorry that I hurt you, Tammy, the most. Well, I think you have forgave me because you treat me good, and I like that. Yeah,
Mm.
uh, yeah.
So, yeah, Timmy, do you have any questions?
Really, my only questions were just around substance abuse. I think it's a good opportunity just to speak to what it does. I think you've provided a lot of insight to what substance abuse can do and all the different ways that the gateway to some of the harder drugs can happen. Um, as far as just like, Tamika and I, but like with your friendships, how hard was that to like sever some of those ties?
Well, they hurt because I love them, but I had to figure out for my own sake to let it go. I mean, I'm polite and everything when we see each other, but it's they're not in my phone anymore. Uh, I don't call them, nothing. I see them on the street, and like I said, if I see them at work, hey, how you doing? What's up? And I just go here on about my business and do my job. You know, ain't no hard feelings or nothing. Why should you? You know, you was my supplier. I don't want no more. I don't have anything to do. I don't want to have nothing else to do with you. I have because I remember he used to say, "Don't need that." You don't need that. You don't need that. Okay. Meanwhile, I ain't paying no attention, but now I am. And if they want to be mad, they can go ahead and be mad, but don't be mad at me. Uh, be mad at yourself because you don't want to stop, but I do. And the only way you cannot be around people who do drugs. It's not healthy. You know, you
Mm-mm.
can't be around them. So you have to cut it. You know, I think God got me some good friends. We have a good time at work together. You know,
So what I'm hearing, it sounds like it's more of like a lifelong journey as soon as you start to get to those harder drugs to get clean, so to speak.
yeah, it's like for the rest of your life, like an alcoholic. That person know he or she know can never take another drink for the rest of your life. And that's just like me. I don't want to do crack. Yeah, it still come there, but like I said, I pray a lot. I pray like I told my daughter-in-law. I said when I go outside and I smoke a cigarette, I'm talking to him. Even at work, when I go outside and take a couple puffs, I thank him. That's all I know how to do. But life is good. You'd be surprised how things change and how how good you get close with your family. Some people is never gonna understand
Mm-hmm.
unless you walked in my shoes. Then you know. You can't say, "Oh, I know how you feel." No, you don't. You haven't been in my shoes. You know. But I thank God every day for not letting me pick up. And you know what? When I leave here, I still ain't gonna pick up because I got something I want to do.
Right. And just not giving right, and just not giving up, you know?
Yeah, never give up.
It's sometimes you might feel like giving up, but
Yeah. But see, I see a psychiatrist too, and I'm on medication for depression, uh, suicide, uh, bipolar. I take four different type of medicine a day so I can feel good because depression is bad, and think getting high and all that's going to help it. All it's going to do is make it worse because when you come down, the same problem you had when you hit it, you're going to have
mhm.
it because you never get enough. You never get
Do
enough.
you do you know
No,
what's
I never
making you
get enough.
depressed, or do you think what was that? I said, do you know what's making you? Do you know what's made you depressed, or do you think it's because of the
I know,
drugs chemically?
I think that, yeah, because when I first went to the doctor in Clinton, they put me on some of the pills that I'm on today.
Hmm.
But I stopped taking them. But now I take them every day. They even gave me a pill. One pill would cost me almost $500 a month because it kind of like it works with the other antidepressant pill. But I got it down on my new insurance now. I got it down to $49. So I take them, and I feel good when I wake up in the morning. I'm not depressed. I'm happy because I'm awake, you know.
Hmm.
And I say my prayer to thank him for waking me up and everything, and my dog, and I thank him for my children. You
I
know,
do like that you have a dog for like people, for the emotional, for support, like just having a companion.
yeah, she's my heart. Tamika doesn't like her, Timmy.
Oh,
We can go ahead and
she's
give her a shout
weird.
out. Go ahead and give her a shout out, Miss Johnson. What's your dog's name? How long you had her?
Bella, I have been having her for 11 years.
What kind of dog is she?
She's a Shih Tzu.
A who?
A Shih Tzu.
A
She's
You know
Shih
a
I
Tzu?
can't
shih,
pronounce it. Don't be crazy.
she's a Shih Tzu. I'm probably not even saying it right.
She's my heart, and she's waiting for mother to come home, and I can't wait to get home because you know what? She ain't gonna let me go. Wherever I go in that apartment, she gonna be right there behind me, looking at me.
Mom,
Cause
there's
she,
something I kind of want to give you a shout out about.
mm,
So there's some things like you've always been a hard worker.
yeah,
So that's something I got from you is your work ethic. Mom's a hustler. Even if we never like income, we never was like hungry or anything. You know what I mean? Like she always went out and got it. Um, Maybe sometimes not at the level that we would have liked, but we always had our our school clothes, this, that when we were younger. But your work ethic, you are a kind person. I always think about like if somebody has $4, they have two, and you have two.
yeah. Get the shirt off my back.
Yeah.
Yep.
So those are the things I would shout you out for, and just still hanging in there and just living your life,
It's gonna get better.
or
I
just
believe
speak it
that.
into like it's already here. It's done. It's
Oh,
great.
life is good. Every time I wake up, life is good. That's if you don't wake up, you ain't got nothing to worry about. But I get even when I get up and go to the restroom in the middle of the night. Thank you, Lord. You know, come on,
Right,
Bella.
because you got that weak. How many times you do that? Because you got that weak bladder. So how many?
Uh, oh, I go to the bathroom about 3 or 4 times a night. The last time when I get up, if I get up at 2 o'clock or 2:30, I'm up for the rest of the day. I just go ahead to get ready, take my shower, feed my dog. Sometimes I'm learning how to make my bed up before I go to work. You know,
Mhm.
and I just my ride picked me up about 4:45, and I work till 11 or 11:30 sometimes. Then I do things like I don't like I got a bigger apartment, right? Now
Mhm.
I clean. I sweep Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Bella got a pads on the floor. When I put clean pads down, I mop. I mop my
Yes.
floor, her area.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, Mom, let's play a little game.
Mm,
So I'm gonna ask you some questions, and then just the first thing that kind of like pops into your mind.
okay.
You ready?
Ready.
Okay. One word that best describes you.
Good person. Good.
What's your theme song?
Uh I knew that's. It's a church song. Uh oh man, she just played it at work a couple weeks ago. Uh, j- j- I can't think of, but the lady from Brown, she made the song.
T- um, Tamala Mann.
Yeah, she sung the song, and she did it on Medea when Medea live. When she had that show, uh,
Okay.
that
Well,
play.
we'll figure out what it is. I'll put it in the comments when we figure it out. Okay, what motivates you?
Getting up, going to work. All I
Your
know is
person,
work.
yeah, your personal hero.
Uh, ooh, I say my mom.
What is your wildest dream? Something that you would want to happen, or your biggest
Go
dream.
to go to a beautiful place on a beach and lay back and just let the sun hit me and have fun.
Okay. What legacy do you want to leave behind?
That no matter what life throws at you, if you want it, you can do it. Because all it does is make you stronger.
And your purpose?
To be a better mom and grandma to my kids.
And what would you want God to say to you once you meet him at the pearly gates?
Come here, my child. You did a good job.
Okay. Tim, you got something for us?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, shout out. Just oftentimes, I joke about being adopted, um, but I would say your sense of humor is, I think, one of the things that I admire most about you. You can always make a joke or light out of any situation that we get into. So appreciate that.
Uh-huh. Y'all play too much. You and Tim play too much.
Well, look how old you had to get to learn how to play like us. Jimmy, Jimmy and
Well,
I've been doing this since he was a baby. You were serious, Tamika.
um, Bree said, y'all, yeah, y'all stay joking too much. I definitely agree. Sense of humor. I have gotten your sense of humor since I've gotten older, just not with y'all.
Okay.
I have to be stern. But I appreciate you being on and kind of just being vulnerable and telling your story. I'm glad, I'm here with you and Tim. And
Me too.
yeah,
And this has been the best Christmas so far. This is probably the only thing I would talk about for the next 4 or 5 months. Ludie, we know. I said, well, I can't help it. I talked to a friend tonight on the phone, and she's glad that I took the time off longer to spend with my family. Because I don't
I
miss
will
a
say
day at
this.
work.
But look, guess what? You should feel like a little loved. Kingston likes you more than me.
Well, he didn't say good night to
Good.
me tonight. Mhm. And he probably won't say goodbye to me tomorrow. But you wait. He will say, where is Lulu? Is Lulu downstairs? He'll ask about me.
Nice. So the moral of the story, any parting words, Mom? Last words for anybody? Inspirational words?
Yeah. Hey, just let the stuff go. You'll be so much happier. You can enjoy life better. And most of all, you'll feel better. I'm getting old. I mean, I got a little arthritis, stuff like that. But somehow I got my health. I go to my doctor's appointments. I do whatever they tell me to do, and keep moving. Don't look back. Once you close that door, look what the present's going to bring you. All right, and I guarantee you will love it.
Thank you. And one more thing I asked, how can we support you in your journey?
Just keep, how y'all doing now. Uh, just if you got questions you want to know, anything, just ask me. And Timmy, I wish you get your fingers fixed. Yeah. That's the only problem I got with you. You don't call mother. But I love you. That's all right. I can pick up my phone.
Mom, he don't call me neither. I call them all the time, and guess what he'll say? He'll say,
Yeah.
"What do you want?" That's how your son talks to me.
Because I got to talk to everybody, and Tamika will call me 6 times in one day.
Oh.
Never. It would, Mom. He's
He'll go
lying.
from Snapchat video to regular phone call to Snapchat video again.
I call him once a day. One time I was calling him every like once day, every other day. He told me to stop, so I've been calling once a week.
Well, see, that's what I do.
Maybe twice.
I just call them on the weekends. That way I know they all at home. I can talk to all of them.
You know what he said? His Bree said his wife makes him talk too much. I've heard. I love it. Thank you for doing this.
No
Thank you.
problem.
So, if you guys enjoyed this conversation, subscribe, hit that notification button. You don't want to miss another episode of Divine Honey Podcast. You can also listen to the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Please go on there and like. I got to get my numbers up. If you're interested in being on the show or you know anyone that's interested, email me. Let me put up my email banner. So you can email me at bougiegirl@gmail.com. That's BOOSHEGURL@gmail.com. And until next time, peace and blessings.
Bye-bye.